Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great run. I was thinking before I went on my run this morning. I was on the front porch getting ready to stretch out, do a pre-run stretch, and I'm just looking at the air, and it's just thick with floating things. And I'm saying, oh man, am I going to run through this soup? Oh well, do what you got to do. So, just got done with the run. First thing I like to do is get on my mat and sit and try to bring my heart rate down. So, let's find a comfortable seat. You can be sitting cross-legged, or you can be sitting any way that's comfortable. I have two blocks, which I might use. A blanket for my knee if I need to put my knee in a blanket. Got my water, of course. So just find a comfortable seat. And when you find your comfortable seat, make sure that your spine is long. Sit bones are your foundation on the mat. Shoulders are down. Neck continues your back, crown of the head going towards the ceiling. And just start to take in some air through the nose. Also have a towel nearby if the sweat is still dripping into your eyes. All right, so here's a great way of bringing the heart rate down. We're going to do some box breathing. So I want you to breathe in for 4 counts. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and then hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, hold, breathe out through the nose, and hold, breathe in, and hold, breathe out through the nose, and hold, 2, and just start to breathe normally. Box breathing is a great way to bring your anxiety down, bring yourself into like a calm state. It also brings your heart rate down. Nice. Okay, so let's find ourselves in a tabletop position at the top of the mat. Still thinking about our breath, finding your breath. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, tops of the feet on the floor. So we've used our hips and we've used our leg muscles a lot when we run. Let's get those lengthened and oiled up, as it were. Let's raise the right leg, keeping the knee bent, and then bring the right knee out to the side as high as you can, and then back down. Trying to keep your arms straight. Bring that knee up, out to the side, and back down. One more time. Bring the knee up, out to the side, and back down. Now extend the right foot to the end of the mat, roll over the toes. So when you're running, you're driving your toes forward, and if you have decent shoes, it won't bother you that much. But when you're done running, you notice your toes. because they take a lot of the pressure, they take a lot of the weight when you're running. So I'm sawing forward and back over those toes, lengthening the calf muscle and the hamstrings. Let's raise that right leg, bring it across your body, place the toes on the outside of the left side of the mat. Push the front of the mat away and push your right heel back in space, and you'll feel a nice stretch in your hips, keeping your hips in the same place. And let's bring that leg all the way back over, rebend the knee, and come back to tabletop. Let's raise the left leg, keep the leg bent, pushing the mat away, don't bend the arms. Bring the left knee out to the side and up and back down. Left knee up, out to the side and back down. Left knee up, out to the side and back down. And extend the left foot to the end of the mat, roll over the toes. It's also a good way to lengthen the fascia that's on the bottom of your foot. So we have this fascia that runs from the bottom of your foot all the way up your leg towards your back. Sometimes we're not even aware that we have these areas of our body that can get all crunkled up. That's a professional term, crunkled, by the way. All crunkled up, and you have to stretch them out. And let's raise that left leg, bring it across your body, place the left toes on the outside of the right side of the mat. Press the mat away, and press that left heel back in space while keeping your hips in the same space. So we're trying to lengthen all the tendons and muscles that were around the hip that were doing a repetitive motion while we were running. When you do a repetitive motion, the muscles contract. And let's bring that knee back in next to the right knee. Now let's bring the knees all the way to the edge of the mat, so we're creating a space that we're going to bring our hips back into. So my toes aren't meeting, my toes are directly behind my knees, and I'm going to push back my hips back in between my ankles, in between my feet. Now if you can't go all the way down, you can put a block underneath your hips, a certain height to help you. So I'm pushing back. I might use my blocks here for stabilizers. I'm coming all the way up and sitting in between my feet. And right here is a great stretch in this hero pose for your quadriceps. So you're fine right here. But if it's in your practice, let's take this a little bit further. And I'm going to start leaning back. I'm placing my hands near my toes and using my arms to help me go all the way back. And you know your body, you know how far you can go. So I'm going to go onto my elbows. Find a neutral position for your neck. It feels comfortable. You don't want to go all the way back. This is a pretty good stretch for your quads right here. If it's in your practice and you want to go a little bit further, you can bring your shoulders all the way to the mat. And the way I do that is I grab my ankles with my hands and I just lower myself all the way to the mat. Sometimes it feels good, sometimes it feels, oh my goodness. This morning it feels pretty good. And find your breath. Doing 5 breaths here. And then after the 5th breath or so, start to use your hands to pull yourself up. So I have my hands around my ankles and I'm pulling myself up. And I use one hand as like a piston behind me to push myself all the way straight up. Let's come into a child's pose to counter that. That's a really intense stretch, so if you go all the way to the floor, just be mindful of how that, how it feels, and, if it feels painful, come out of the pose. But if it just feels like a nice big stretch, you can stay there for 10 breaths. It'd be great for you. Let's come up into our tabletop again. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, and push back into a down dog. I'm not so worried about the mechanics of your down dog right now. Just pedal your feet back and forth, bringing the heels to the floor, bending your knees, bringing left knee over to the right side, right knee over to the left side, lengthening the Achilles. And then come up on your tiptoes, look to the top of the mat, and tiptoe all the way to the top of the mat. And then slowly, slowly make your way all the way up. Chin on your chest, head comes up last. Roll the shoulders out a couple of times. Nice, nice. Bring our hands to prayer. Find your Tadasana. Find your foundation on your big toe mound, on the blade of your foot, on your heel. My ankles are directly below my hips. Spine is long. Bring the arms out to the side. Breathe in as you bring the arms up overhead. Bend the knees. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And let's pause right here. So I'm going to bend my left knee, keeping my right leg straight. My left arm comes on the inside of my left shin, so I'm pushing my elbow against my knee. And then I'm bringing my right arm up. So bring your right arm up. And notice your right hip. So bringing your right hip kind of back in space. It doesn't go anywhere, but if you think about it, just moving back a micron or whatever small amount is. And then bring that right arm down. Straighten the left leg, bend the right leg. Bring that right arm on the inside of your right shin. Push your elbow against your knee. Left arm comes up. And again, we're bringing our left hip back in space. And then bring that down. Let's do that again on each side. So bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, bring the right arm up. This is a great stretch after a long car drive too. Bring that right arm down, bend the right leg, straighten the left leg, and left arm up in space. And then bring that left hand down. And slowly make your way all the way up, chin to chest, head comes up last, roll your shoulders out, and hands to prayer. Arms out to the side and up overhead, breathe in. Bend the knees, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to the top of the mat, left leg to the back of the mat. And let's pause in this runner's lunge. So back leg is strong. Engage your quad by bringing and that'll bring your kneecap up. So you're really engaging that back leg And then let's inch the right foot to the edge of the mat and bring both hands on the inside of your right foot into a lizard pose. Excuse me. So that back leg being long and strong is stretching out those muscles around the pelvis. Holding. Now inch that right foot back in towards the center, and let's come up into crescent pose. And ground the back foot and straighten the front leg, and inch that back foot in just a little bit. Put your hands on your hips to keep your hips going forward, and let's come down into our pyramid pose. So bringing the nose towards the right knee. And your back foot is grounded. I think I did say that. And on each exhale, going just a little bit further down. Taking a deep breath. And on an exhale, come all the way up. Now let's point our toes towards the left side of the mat. Have a block handy if you need it. You might need it. Let's place our hands on our hips and start to bend forward at the hips. Now take your hands and run them all the way down your legs, and if you can grab your shins or grab your ankles, maybe even grab your toes if that's in your flexibility range. And then take your left hand and come all the way over to the right side, keeping your knees and your legs long, not bending the legs at all. And then bring that left hand all the way over to the other side, and right hand comes over to the left. And come back to center. Place your hands on your hips and slowly come up. And now let's pivot so that we're facing the back of the mat. Bring that right foot in just a little bit. We're going to do our pyramid pose on the left side. So put your hands on your hips, square your hips to the mat, and start to lean forward, bringing your nose towards your knee. And on your out breath, go a little bit deeper. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. And point your toes back to the left. And then point your toes back to the front of the mat. And bring both hands to the top of the mat. Right leg goes to the back of the mat. Bring your knees to the mat. Cross your legs, cross your ankles. And push over your ankles into a seated position. Let's find a seated forward fold. Let's bend the left leg, bringing the left foot on the outside of the right knee. Wrap your right arm around your left knee, bring the left arm back, placing the hand on the mat, and scooch it in towards your tailbone. And twist to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Engage your right foot, toes pointing towards the ceiling, pulling that knee in towards center. And on an exhale, come center, and then all the way over to the right. Come back to center and place the left ankle on the right knee, creating a figure 4 with your legs, placing the left hand on top of your knee and cradle the left foot with your right hand, starting to lean forward. And that left hand is just guiding your knee down. And find your breath. Taking a deep breath, come back up. Extend the heel to the end of the mat. Bend your right leg. Bring the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Wrap your left arm around your right knee. Pull it in towards center. Right hand goes to the back. Place it on the mat and scooch it in towards your tailbone. And we're going to twist to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Left foot is engaged. Toes pointing towards the ceiling, pulling that knee in towards center. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, come all the way center, and then all the way over to the left. Come back center and place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Cradle the right foot with your left hand. Place your right hand on top of your right knee and start to lean forward. Taking a deep breath, come back up. Extend the heel to the end of the mat. And then slowly make your way to the mat, bringing one vertebra down at a time. And the back of your head touches the mat last. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Wrap your hands around your knees, pull your knees in towards your chest. Roll side to side. Massage the lower back. And let's do some happy baby. So take your peace fingers, your index finger and middle finger, wrap around your big toes. And then extend your feet up so that your feet are pointing towards the ceiling. And then bring your shoulders down towards the mat. That will pull the legs down towards the mat as well. It's like we're doing a squat on the ceiling. If it's in your practice, you can lengthen the right leg and then bring that back down. Lengthen the left leg and bring that back down. Lengthen the right leg. Bring it back down, lengthen the left leg, bring it down, and let's let go of those toes, bring the soles of the feet back to the floor, and let's do one more thing. Grab a block if it's in your area, and let's put it underneath our hips, so raise your hips up, put it underneath your hips, right at the top of your tailbone. Place your hands alongside your body, palms down, and then let's raise the legs into tabletop. And then extend the feet to the ceiling, finding a nice balance point. If you need to adjust your block or adjust your hips some way, but find that balance point where you don't have to think about your legs. They just are in that sweet spot, not too far over your head, not too far towards the back wall. So when you run, a lot of the blood goes down to your feet, and it can pool there, and we want that blood to come back towards the heart and slow the heart down. You can also do this with your legs up the wall as well. And one more breath, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor, raise your hips, remove the block, and bring the heels to the corners of the mat, coming into Shavasana. Placing the hands alongside your body with the palms facing towards the ceiling. So you just did a run, and we came back into our space. Maybe we're outside, maybe we're inside. And we're bringing our body back to resting, back to homeostasis. Bring your mind down into your feet. Do a scan from your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. If you're still feeling any resistance, just take a deep breath. And on the out breath, let gravity help that part of your body melt into the mat. Let's bring the hands up overhead, hook the thumbs together, give yourself a body. And roll to one side or the other, your choice, placing your head on your bicep and just pausing for a moment. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And whether you do a yoga practice after a run, or if you have your own warm down, it's always important to stretch after a run or a bike ride, just to make things even out and bring yourself, like I said, back to that resting position for your body. Let's bring our hands to prayer. Bring your thumbs to your sternum, heart center, bow your head, and be grateful that your body moves in the ways that allow you to exercise and to explore. And just be grateful for the time that you have with your body, that it's able to move like you want it to move. Taking a deep breath. And exhale. Thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your week. I hope this